Merhaba, Türkiye'nin Ekonomi Televizyonu'na hoş geldiniz. Ben Saida Zahidova ve her hafta olduğu gibi önemli konu başlıklarını masaya yatırmaya ve birbirinden önemli konuklara yer vermeye devam ediyoruz. Bir taraftan pandeminin yarattığı olumsuzluklar, diğer taraftan ekonomideki negatif veriler ve bir diğer taraftan ise ABD'deki 3 Kasım seçimleri ve tüm bunların gölgesinde kalan ABD ve Çin arasında yaşanan ticaret savaşı ve bu hafta dünyanın en büyük iki ekonomisi olan ABD ve Çin arasındaki rekabeti Asyalı uzmanla değerlendireceğiz. Çin Medya Grubu'nda politik analist olan Xu Qinduo bizlerle beraber olacak. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Xu. I would like to start asking about one of the important topics in the world right now that everybody is talking, what will happen to the dispute between China and USA. And behind the diplomatic smiles, and there is an increasingly hostile trade war, and also USA and China dispute now is a currency war and is resulting the decline of stocks. I am interested from your point of view how this soft Cold War will continue. I mean, is it going to continue or is it going to end? What's your opinion about that in general, please?
Well, it is going to continue. It's not really about, or it's not only about, say, the trade issue, the technology issue, or the currency issue, or the even ideological issue. It's largely about a structural issue here. You have a rising power, China. You have an established power, the United States. So inside the U.S., there is a growing anxiety. Like people are concerned or afraid of the continuous rise of China, which may challenge the U.S. predominant position around the world. And so that's the concern. And how can you do it? So one way is to contain the rise of China or stop or slow down the rise of China. So that's why you see not only the trade war at the beginning of the Trump administration, and then gradually you have seen this technology war, war against the Chinese high-tech companies, and also ideological war advocated by Secretary of State Pompeo, etc. So the U.S. is trying to build a coalition against China, mostly for geopolitical interests or global influence here.
Okay, we know that the dispute and the war between USA and China has been rocky since 2018, and when the two sides started the tariff war and the escalating the trade war between the United States and China risks a breakdown in global trade. And do you think the trade talks will is about the new world order? I mean, do you think we are entering the new world order?
Well, when before answering that question, if you take a look at the current world order, which is actually created by the United States and also US-led West at the end of the Second World War. But if you look at the current US administration, so you see there's withdrawal from the World Health Organization, withdraw from the Paris Agreement against climate change, withdraw from the UN's Human Rights Council or TPP, etc. So the U.S. is actually changing the world order, which was created by the United States. So you can see, in a sense, yes, we are a new world order, which is not really clear. But anyway, the world order is being changed or being reshaped, let's say, mostly by the behavior and the policy choices by the Trump administration. At the same time, you do see there is a rising of the emerging economies or rising of economies, for example, China, India, Russia, Turkey, etc. That's more or less are changing the world order. But usually, I would say the most dominant force in the change of the world order is the U.S. Unfortunately, it's not clear what kind of a new order we are going to have. Right now, what we are seeing is more chaos and more problems and more instability, also uncertainty about the future.
Do you think USA acting more aggressively towards China?
You mean the U.S. policy toward China?
U.S. Trump administration, let's say that.
Yes, mostly, of course, in recent, let's say, in the beginning of this year or this half of year, you can see there's the intensification of, I would say, attacks from Washington against Beijing. So these two countries are the largest countries, the most powerful countries in the world. So the relationship between China and the United States